Hello. I haven't done my 1 year on testosterone update yet, so about what's today, the 20th of March? Okay, so March 1st was my 1 year on testosterone. So it's been some time. I just have been busy, kept on putting it off, and now I'm a little late. But anyway, I wrote down some things that I wanted to talk about. Oh, it says a lot, but I'm gonna try to make it swift. It might be a little bit of a long update. I'm sorry. Okay, so overall, nothing drastic, really. I mean, like the changes happened pretty early on, and it's been pretty much like a steady process thing. If anything, there's like a little bit more chest hair, a little bit more of my chin pubes, and some sideburns, whatever. But nothing too crazy. I think like mood changes. Like I know that some people have said that they've gotten more like irritated really easily. That sort of happens. It happens mostly when I'm driving. That I'll get like road rage or something. And I think when I do get angry, like it gets to this point where like I always had like a pretty bad temper before I started testosterone, but like now it's like a little bit exasperated. But not by much, like not anything that's crazy. So that, I mean, physical stuff, not really much of anything. I mean, I think probably if you look, like I was just looking at my pictures and stuff, like because I was really interested in what my hairline used to be, and like I used to have hair like down over here, but now it's like sucked back. I can see myself. That's why I'm like touching and weird. Anyway, and it was just kind of weird to like look at those things, and people have said that my face is totally changed, and I definitely think so, like the muscle structure and all that. I think it's totally different, but I mean that happened over time anyway, so it's not like one day I woke up and whatever, obviously. So much more importantly about being on testosterone is like the emotional stuff, and a lot of this I don't think is a direct result of testosterone at all. It's just mostly, this is kind of like I kind of consider this like 1 year since I've been transitioning, even though like I know that I was going by male pronouns before I started T and stuff, and that I was in that transition beforehand, but like it really felt like it started, like I started, like once my name was changed and stuff, which was like a couple months before I started T, like once that all happened, like that's when I like was propelled into this transition. So I think like it's been about a year and a couple months now since that too. So I think basically like what's been going on is I've been noticing that I deal with a lot of anxiety. I've gotten pretty socially awkward in a lot of situations. Like I used to be, I feel like I was a lot more outgoing in the past, and that's kind of like I've become much more like introverted. I mean, like around my friends and stuff, people who I'm comfortable with, I will be much more like outgoing and stuff like that. But like when it comes to going out, I mean, most of the social situations that I'm in, I'm at like a bar or at a restaurant, like out with friends and like out with some people that I do know and other people that I don't. Otherwise, I'm just hanging out one on one with my friends. But when I'm out in like social situations and like out in the public, that's usually what I'm around. So I'm much more like quiet. I even noticed like I just got back from the Bahamas. This past week I was with a bunch of my family and stuff, and I even noticed like sometimes like I wouldn't be like engaging in conversation, like I would just be kind of sitting back and like thinking about stuff, and you know, like that sort of thing. And I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that contribute to that. A lot's been on my mind, but I think the anxiety part has definitely, like a couple months ago I was with my friend, and I started to have a panic attack, and I had to like bring myself out of it. Um, it's just kind of been little instances, and like I'll notice that before I go out, like I'll just get this anxious feeling, like I'm a little bit scared, not like terrified or anything like that, but like just that I'm uncomfortable to be in these situations. And I've talked about it in therapy and stuff, and we've come to the conclusion that like most of it, or if not at least part of it, is from I'm really scared, or not like scared, but like concerned with how people are viewing me and how they're like how they're seeing me, like how they're gendering me, and which is odd because for like at least 100% of this of the time now, I am viewed as male, and people read me as male. Um, I don't get mistaken anymore like I used to, but I'm so conditioned to think that way, to be on the on the defensive side or whatever, and just to kind of expect it to come because it used to always come, that now it's like I expect it, but I don't really need to, and it's kind of hard. Like like I've adjusted to that, but like I still have those feelings towards that. So that's been pretty that's been like up and down, I guess. And I think that like all of that, like I'm constantly comparing myself to other guys all the time. Like it's always like, oh, so that guy did that with his hair. Okay, that looks cool. Like I want to do that. Like, oh, look, he's wearing that. Like, all right, like, and like sometimes it's envy. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'll do that. Like I don't want to look like that. I do want to look like that. Like that sort of thing. But you kind of like, it's like putting a microscope, like looking at yourself under a microscope and just kind of like picking yourself apart and really just like being kind of down on yourself. Like I'm overweight for my height and stuff. Like I definitely have like a beer gut and all that, and I'm not in good shape. I know I've said that I'm gonna start working out in like tons of my videos, and I never have. It's depressing, it's discouraging. I am never motivated enough to continue to do that stuff and like to actually stick to it. So it's tiring. I think I've been noticing that I'm tired, that I lost interest in a lot of things. Like I just kind of wasn't really like, I didn't really feel like for like the last, I want to say like maybe 6 months or so. Like I've noticed that like I'm kind of in a funk, really. Like I am happy that I've transitioned and I feel comfortable in that sense and in my role now in society and stuff. But there are so many things that I've now neglected by focusing on that part. And it's like I've been on autopilot pretty much, and it's kind of annoying, and I don't want to be that way anymore. And yeah, I think like the enjoyment like that. I feel like before I started testosterone, like I was way more like enthusiastic about things, and now I'm not as much, and that could that might have to do with like a little bit of a depression or something like that. I don't really know. But I definitely like I noticed that started like sadness was much more apparent in my life than it used to be. I've dealt with some lower dysphoria. I'm gonna try to keep this under 10 minutes because I'm really getting up there right now. Lower dysphoria. I know I made a video about an STP, the standing to pee device. I never used that in public. I used it at home a couple times. I loved it, and then I put it in the old Packer that I had, and it kind of was just like funky and weird, and like it was not convenient to wear. So I never really, I never even tried to take that out in public. But I did get another Packer, not an STP, just a regular Packer, and I wear that pretty frequently now, and that's been helping me with the lower dysphoria stuff. I mean, pretty much so. I'm just trying to get myself out of this funk of just like feeling like a blob of whatever, and it's kind of depressing. And so that's what this has brought me to, I guess. And I don't know if that was the testosterone or if that was just like the contributing thing at all. If anything, I feel like that made it better because now I feel more like myself. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you got to deal with when it comes down to the nitty-gritty crap about transitioning and stuff, and I'm sure a lot of people have felt this way. I don't want to keep rambling. I'm sorry. I really hate doing this. But yeah, I just wanted to make some sort of an update as to what was going on in my life. And I haven't been playing the guitar at all. I tried to sing today. It's not really working out so well. But I'll get back in the swing of things. I think I know what steps I want to take and stuff. to do that. So I will hopefully update more frequently because I really want to start to focus more on myself and just really get back to that. I feel like I lost myself there um, for a while. So yeah, hopefully I'll be updating a little bit more and less like um, shorter time spans. I'm sorry if you've been listening this entire time and I've bored the crap out of you. Alright, yeah. I will see you later. Hopefully I'll do this again soon. I have nothing else to say. Okay. Good times. Bye.